Hey guys, in this video we're going to be doing an analysis of the trailer and then checking out some of the cool things that we see. Hope you enjoy.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe. You're after a creature that can't be killed. The definitive apex predator. I could help you. Well, good luck with your journey. Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey. We might not be alone in this hunt.
Okay, so the trailer starts showing the android, Thea, in a pod of some kind getting rebooted. Mother is shown on the bottom of the screen. For those who don't know, Mother is the AI that gives the orders for the Nostromo to go to LV-426, and what Ash converses with for his orders as well. We have Thea being the narrator in this trailer. She states that this is Dex' first hunt, which is surprising. In my first video, I actually thought that Deck would be some kind of outsider or bad blood looking for redemption. Turns out he's just a youngin' looking to make a big name for himself. She also calls this the most dangerous planet, but I'm not so sure about that. The universe is a pretty big place. Next, Dex is apparently fighting the tree from Evil Dead until the roots knock him down. A pterodactyl comes in for the kill, but Deck is saved by Thea. She then proceeds to stab the living shit out of the dino bird. We get to see more of Deck's kit. He has a sword, bow and arrow, backpack, and some black orbs. The black orbs have to be weapons, right? Deck is apparently after a creature that cannot be killed. But we all know the saying, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Next we see Deck in some sort of ruined place with Wayland trucks all smashed, including bodies of synths strewn about. Then we get the monster trying to get into a cockpit, which is probably the big power loader at the end of the trailer. Next we see that Thea offers Deck some help, but he picks her up. Well, her torso. Then he drops her. Comedy, right? Next, it looks like we have the same ship from the beginning of the trailer cruising through the desert. Some big skeletons are laying there, so maybe this place used to have oceans and stuff before something happened to make it barren. The ship approaches a giant gateway that has stone predators as guardians of the gate. Deck is now carrying Thea on his back, and he is going through the same destroyed place from earlier. We get to see a big group of soldiers, but if we look closely, they all look the same. So it's combat synths, Agent Smith style. Thea is tossed out of combat synth like Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Then we see Deck's wrist computer has some kind of ninja star boomerang thing on it, and this might actually be the weapon that Thea uses to kill the dino bird. Deck ends up throwing it at Thea while she's cocooned in some branches and roots. Thea ends up telling Deck, "You're not the predator but the prey." Deck is caught in some kind of EMP blast, and then is shown with a blade to his neck. This is where it gets interesting. This trailer shows some quick clips of predators fighting each other, but one in particular is wearing black armor and has horns on their helmet. I thought this might be an enforcer, but now I remember where I saw that kind of armor. recently a comic series, AVP 3 World War, was introduced. This has the return of our girl, Machiko, but we have two different groups of predators duking it out. They're divided into hunters and killers. The killers are the guys who wear the black armor, and they're technically bad bloods for the hunters. They're pretty simple. They kill everything. No sport involved. The real kicker with this group is that they use xenomorphs as tools. They function as hounds or an extra weapon to get the job done. It's gonna be crazy if that's the angle we're getting for an AVP setup. In the trailer, we get to see two predators digging it out, and one gets roped and dragged into a ship. Deck ends up fighting some kind of worm root thing in the scrapyard. He's shown using an SMG, a human weapon, which is pretty interesting. And then finally we see Deck attempting to cut the big monster's head off, and then the giant power loader comes in to beat the shit out of it. I think this big monster is really just going to be a red herring, and the real threat is going to be the killers. There's one more thing that I thought was pretty cool. Deck carrying Thea on his back reminded me of something from the AVP verse, and I finally figured it out. In the book Hunter's Planet, Machiko has an android companion called Attila the Hun. Attila has no idea what he's capable of, but as the story progresses, he gets blown up, and Machiko carries his head like Kratos and Mimir. Just thought that was a nice parallel. Anyway, let me know the stuff I missed, and let's get excited for a banger of film. Bye bye!